Okay, all right. Anyway, hello everyone, and we are here again in a new video or with a new video to improve our English speaking by discussing a specific topic, which is first impressions. Yeah, it is quite natural that each of us want to make a good impression in every new situation in our lives. But how? Yeah. And I am sure you have heard the motto that I like it very much. Know how. Okay, by knowing how to make good impressions, it is again natural that uh, we cannot make a good impression randomly, but by following some principles. Yes. Okay. Now let's focus on first impressions. Okay, especially for a job interview, for example. Yes. Okay. A first impression needs to be a lasting one. Yes, not for one day, for 1 week, or for a year, but a first impression needs to be a lasting one, permanent one. When we meet a person for the first time, we want to make a good first impression. It is quite natural. What are the ways, what are the principles of making a good first impression? I think at the top, the first rule is, the first step is, the image says smile. Yes, by smiling, it means that by smiling or having a smiley face, we can make a good impression and be positive, it says. Yes, by being positive, etc., etc. And let's go on to the next slide, which is this. Yes, again, I asked the same question to ChatGPT like this. ChatGPT, will you mention the ways of making a good first impression in 35 words? Certainly. To make a good first impression, smile. Yes, first and foremost, smile, please. Yeah. Maintain eye contact. Yeah, maintain eye contact. I am sure you have heard about it before. Yeah, maintaining an eye contact. Offer a firm handshake. Serious, yeah. Offer a firm handshake. Dress appropriately. Of course, appearance is also important. Be punctual for your interview, for your meeting. Listen carefully. This is really important. Yeah, listening to the person that we are talking to is really important, and we should listen to the person we are talking to. Show genuine, show genuine interest. Okay. Exhibit confidence and use polite and positive language. Okay. And try to behave positively. Speak positively. Tips to answer the image. I'm reading the image. Tips to answer. Can you come in for an interview tomorrow, for example? Yeah, it says, can you come in for an interview tomorrow? If one of my friends went for an interview tomorrow, of course, this is just an imagination. You know this. If one of my friends went for an interview tomorrow, I would advise him or her to listen to the interviewer attentively. What would you advise a friend of you if he or she went for an interview tomorrow? Yes, I would advise him or her to be smiley. Yes, to have a smiling face and to dress well. Okay. Now, dialogue 3. It's essential for a person to have communication skills to get a job. Yes, communication skills are really important. Communication skills matter. What else is essential for a person to get a job? So, computer skills are also essential for a person to get a job. Now, these are the alternative ways of giving the same message. Let's read them one by one. For example, study skills, productive skills. So it is essential for a person to have study skills, to have productive skills. Let's see the first alternative. It's also essential for a person to have computer skills to get a job. The next step, it is also essential that. So we should make a that clause here. It's also essential that a person has computer skills to get a job, or having computer skills is essential for a person to get a job. To have computer skills is essential for a person to get a job. Yes, to have, infinitive. To have computer skills is essential for a person to get a job. Or that a person has computer skills is essential for him or her to get a job. Oh, what about the image? The image is about interviewee, the person who takes the interview. Interviewer is the person who performs the interview. Okay. It is very famous. They start like this. I think this is a standard format. Yes, the headlines of that format. Oh, shall I apply it to me, for example? Shortly, of course, briefly. Tell me about yourself. My name is Mustafa Bayrak. I am a retired teacher of English. I used to work at schools in the past, but now I work on YouTube. Yes, as a retired teacher. Okay, to be helpful to those who wants to learn, who wants to acquire English. Okay, what's your greatest weakness? It is really an important question, but difficult question. What is your greatest weakness? My greatest weakness is that sometimes I make a mistake, but I am not aware. I am not aware of that mistake in a short time. Yes, I think this is my greatest weakness. I wish I were aware of my mistakes immediately. Okay. How do you handle stress and pressure? Of course, it is again complex situation. It should have some other principles, but first and foremost, I remember that I take stress and pressure seriously and naturally. So I think that it is the part of life, and when I face stress and pressure, I try to be calm, and I also consider that handling stress and pressure requires carefulness, heedfulness, and I try to be mindful. And I believe that the end will be good. Okay. What motivates you? Of course, from or through the teaching perspective, because I am a teacher, so I always look through a teacher's perspective, and when I, for example, see a learner, when I see a learner improving or improve, that I feel happy, and that kind of situations. I mean, the result of my effort motivates me. Okay, of course, when it is positive. Yes. Describe your work style. Yes, I think that I don't claim, but I believe that my work style is original. Why? Because as you see, for example, on the left, I use a dialogue, yes, an ICA dialogue with an example sentence and then a question, and of course, I expect the learners to give an answer according to the example sentence or by making use of the example sentence. And I apply this almost in all situations. For example, while learning a vocabulary or phrase, or while studying a reading passage, or a discussion point, for example, I always apply that formula. This is my style. And what was the question? Work style. Yeah, this is my work style. So I believe that it helps the learner to acquire English by seeing example, by always seeing an example. Okay, what are your passions? Yeah, of course, again, they are connected with my job, my profession. Of course, will I will try to produce videos on topic discussions, and then I will try to make videos on, especially on vocabulary, and then it is my passion to have again discussion topic videos, but only on one single topic for or with a lot of videos, with at least 40 videos. Okay, yes, now I think this is the end of my interview. I hope I was successful. Okay. Now let's go ahead. I believe first impressions are very important. Yes, I think everybody believes that they are important. I pay attention to people to make a good first impression. I pay attention to people to make a good first impression. What do you do? What do you do to make a good first impression? Of course, I try to listen to them carefully, and I show interest. I try to show interest, and first and foremost, I always believe that everybody has their own importance. Yes, I really believe that we should give importance to our addressee. Okay. Now the image says how to make a positive, yes, positive first impression, of course, by being positive, by talking positively, by behaving positively. Okay, smiling makes or helps a first impression better. What else makes it better? Smiling and being positive also makes it better. Yes, I think it has, we know them, but I can't remember now. I think they are worth repeating again and again. Okay. Keep calm and remain diplomatic, remain tactful. Okay. Our being polite or the fact that we are polite is a way for a good first impression. What's another way? Our being positive or the fact that we are positive is a way for a good first impression. What is another way? Showing interest, yes, our showing interest to our addressee is a way for a good first impression, or the fact that we show interest to our addressee is a way for a good first impression. Okay, isn't it positive to be positive? Yes, it's a positive situation. Do. Our showing interest is a way to make a good first impression as well. What's another way? Our dressing well is a way to make a good first impression as well. Yes, you can. I advise you to produce a few more sentences by using this structure. Our dressing well or the fact that we dress well is a way to make a good first impression as well. That we have tactfulness, that we have diplomacy is also a way to make a good impression on someone we meet for the first time. What's another way? That we have consideration, that we have understanding is also a way to make a good impression on someone we meet for the first time. By the way, if it is noun, for example, we can also use itself. Okay. For example, tactfulness is also a way to make a good impression on someone we meet for the first time, or that we have tactfulness, or having tactfulness is also a way to make a good impression, etc., etc. But as I said, tactfulness is enough. Tactfulness is noun. That we have tactfulness is noun clause. Okay, being prepared is a good tip for a successful job interview. What's another tip for a successful job interview? Okay, being punctual is a good tip for a successful job interview. Dressing the part. Yeah, dressing the part means dressing suitable clothes, wearing suitable clothes. Having confidence or inspiring confidence is a good tip for a successful job interview. Making eye contact, yes, or that we make eye contact. The fact that we make eye contact is a good tip for a successful job interview. Okay, not interrupting, yes, the interviewer. Not interrupting the interviewer is a good tip for a successful job interview, or the fact that we do not interrupt, that we don't interrupt the interviewer is a good tip for a successful job interview. Okay, and sell yourself, be yourself, stay positive, ask questions. Yes, asking questions when it is necessary, of course, is also a good tip for a successful job interview. What to wear? Job interviews, do's and don'ts for men. Okay, do this, but don't do this. The fact that you dress the part, I mean that you wear suitable clothes for the interview, is another tip. What's another tip for it? So let's think the opposite. Not dressing unsuitable clothes, not wearing unsuitable clothes is not a good tip. Okay. The fact that you do not interrupt the interviewer is the best way to avoid making a bad impression on an interviewer. What do you consider as the best way to avoid making a bad impression on the interviewer? Okay. I think the best way to avoid a bad impression on the interviewer is that we ask irrelevant questions. Okay, so or asking irrelevant questions is the bad way. Is the bad way to make a bad impression. What was the question? What do you consider as the best way to avoid? Yes. So not asking irrelevant questions is the best way to avoid making a bad impression on the interviewer. Yes, not asking irrelevant questions, not interrupting the interviewer is the best way to avoid making a bad impression on the interviewer. Okay. If you are good at communicating ideas, you would enjoy a career in the media. In which career area would you enjoy a career if you are good at dealing with people? If you are good at dealing with people, you will be good at in the field of marketing, for example. What does the image say? I am good at dealing with people. Okay. An individual would make a career move in science if they are good at dealing with information, if they are good at with knowledge. In which area would an individual is good at taking care of rare animals make a career move? In which area would an individual who is good at taking care of rare animals make a career move? That person would be so I think there is something wrong with the question. In which area would an individual who is good at would an individual make a career move? Yeah, okay. So that person would make a career move in the field of veterinary. Yeah, taking care of the animals, wounded animals. Okay. It's worth being interested in protecting wildlife. It is worth being interested in protecting wildlife as a career. Are investigative, emotional, or social personality types interested in wildlife? I think mostly emotional and social personality types are interested in wildlife. Of course, they should be investigative as well, because it's just a theory that some people are investigative, some people are emotional, and some people are social. But a person can also be investigative, emotional, and social altogether. Okay. American College of Veterinary Pharmacists. types, pharmacists. Okay. Investigative types such as veterinarians, vets in short, and pharmacists like figuring out problems. What types of personality like following instructions and routines? What types are they? I think they are logical types. Yeah, logical learners like following instructions and routines, and maybe, let's see, conventional types. Yeah, conventional types like following instructions and routines, such as traffic controllers and accountants. What personality types prefer working outside or working with real-world materials? Realistic types prefer working outside or working with real world. L is missing here. Okay, world materials, real world materials. Okay. Enterprising types, for example, flight attendants and lawyers enjoy leading people and making decisions. What personality types enjoy working with other people? Of course, social. Social personality types enjoy working with other people. Lawyers for good government. Yes. High school coaches and childcare workers can be considered as social types. If you prefer working with other people, what personality type can you be considered? If you prefer working with other people, what personality type can you be considered? Of course, you can be considered as a social type. Okay. ChatGPT, will you give a response to this question in 45 words? What qualities, skills, and qualifications are needed for 5 popular jobs you choose of today? Yes. Let's see ChatGPT's answer. Here it is. ChatGPT, sure. Here are the key qualifications for 5 popular jobs today. First one, software developer. Strong coding skills, knowledge of programming languages, problem-solving abilities, and a degree in computer science. So, a software developer should have strong coding skills. Has to have. A software developer has to have knowledge of programming languages. Okay. Registered nurse. So registered nurse has to have or must have, should have nursing degree, clinical expertise, empathy and communication skills. Data analyst should have analytical mindset, proficiency in data tools, statistical knowledge, and a degree in data-related fields. Marketing manager. A marketing manager has to have marketing experience, innovation, imagination, strategic thinking, and a bachelor's degree in marketing or related fields. What about electrician? What kind of qualifications should an electrician, or should an electrician have? So an electrician should have technical skills, electrical knowledge, and he or she has to have apprenticeship and certification in electrical work. Okay. Yes, this is for today. This is the end of our presentation of today, and have a good day and see you next time.